Hello everyone, Winuvers here, and welcome to the first episode of the Noob's Guide to Minecraft series. This series will help new players get a fresh start in this game, or maybe if you came back to the game after a while and don't know where to start in its newer versions of the game. And today we will be surviving the first nights of Minecraft. Now, what you want to do is create a new world. This series pertains to Bedrock, but you can still follow on Java Edition. There won't be any different mechanics, barely any different mechanics from Java to Bedrock, but if there are, I will explain. But my Java knowledge is kind of iffy on newer versions, so my Java info may be incorrect, but I will still share the info anyway. So we're on this world creation screen after you got through the main menu. This should be the first world that you've ever made, or if you came back, just press the create new world button on the world creation. From this start, you can name your world, you can select your game mode, and you can select your difficulty. Now, for my world name, I will keep it the same for now. Just keep it my world. I will change it later. Game mode will be playing on survival for the majority of the series, if not all the series. And for the difficulty, this series will be played on hard mode, as I already know how to play hard mode, and it's also the best way to get into Minecraft. It depends it's actually recommended that you play on normal with me, but there are pros and cons to playing on different modes, and the game will list them right here. So if you play on peaceful, no hostile mobs will spawn, and only some neutral mobs spawn. The hunger bar doesn't deplete, and health replenishes over time. Easy is like the easiest version of the game without having restrictions on hostile mobs. Normal mode is like it says normal, and then hard is where it's the most extreme. On Java Edition, there is a mode called hardcore mode, and Bedrock currently doesn't have it. I don't understand why, but I will be playing on hard mode. If you will be like to be playing on normal mode, that's completely up to you. And as we go to advanced, we can see there's a whole bunch of things here. There's settings such as flat world, starting map, bonus chests, coordinates. Turn these on. These will be beneficial. These aren't artificially on by default, so you're always going to want coordinates on, because my world may have coordinates of structures that you may want to copy down and write, especially as I will be using a custom seed. My custom seed will be 1. 1 is the best seed I've found for this world so far. So we will be playing on a custom seed, but it's still going to generate a Minecraft world regularly. Now we can keep these other settings on. Respawn setting isn't much, and with simulation distance is like just how many chunks are active at a time. Now, if you don't know what chunks are, they're 16 by 16, basically on a grid. And it places chunks all over the world, which is like 30 million by 30 million blocks across. So, my simulation distance will be on 6 chunks to keep it in the middle between 4 and 8. But if you want to change your simulation distance, so let's say if you're making a mob farm, which I'll explain in a later video, you're going to want to put it up to 8. But if you want to keep the world simple, take it down to 4. I will be creating a new world, and the game will load, trying to generate terrain. You can also customize audio and visual settings. So right now I've spawned on a beach. I believe I see something under there, but we won't get to it. What you're going to do now is use the arrow controls on the bottom left of your screen. Now, what do you do when you join this game, you may ask? Well, first things to do is to punch a tree. When you punch a tree, actually there's one right here, it's a fallen log, it's a structure, you're going to have to hold down the block with your hand so you can punch it. And basically break it, and you can craft materials with this fallen wood, or any other type of wood on the ground. Now, with what I'm about to do with this, is I'm going to open my inventory with the 3 dots on my hotbar. What it shows me here is the crafting recipes table, or the crafting recipe table, the crafting table, where you can make wood, oak planks. Make 4 of those, make a crafting table. This will give you a 3x3 grid instead of the 2x2 grid that this crafting bar gives you. Place it down wherever you like. It doesn't matter. What you want to do now is convert all the oak planks the logs to planks. What you're going to do now is, if you preferably want to make tools, the first type of tool in the game is wooden tools, So convert some of your wood to sticks. You're going to preferably want to make an axe and I accidentally made a shovel, but what you're supposed to do is make a pickaxe. Axe and a pickaxe are one of the most important tools in the game, and these will help you gain resources faster. So like a wooden axe will chop down wood faster compared to your hand. And if you noticed already, I'm gaining wood faster just by axing the tree with this wooden axe. There's multiple tiers of tools in this game, including stone, iron, netherite, diamond, you name it. We will be covering those in a separate video. Now we got 9 planks of logs. We will be going back to our crafting table interface, where we will be making a chest. The chest is the most important storage item currently that we have access to right now. Now, I can just store my shovel in here. You can store anything up to the size limit of the chest, which is quite small right now, but we will expand it soon. And what should we do with this wooden pickaxe? Well, we see stone right here, so we're going to mine it. A preferable amount to mine is around 20 to 40 blocks of cobblestone, which is items you will be getting from mining stone independently. If you noticed that cobblestone looks different, it's basically like a messed up version of stone. The way we can get stone is by smelting cobblestone back into a furnace. Furnace is one of the most important tools in this game that we can use for crafting, building, you name it, material gathering. So what I have right now are 32 pieces of cobblestone. Cobblestone can make stone tools, such as stone axes, stone pickaxes, stone swords, which are also important for this game. But right now we are going to make a furnace. We're going to plate this furnace right next to the crafting table. It doesn't matter, but it's more convenient. You can see this interface where it says input, fuel, and result. When you put in fuel, things such as coal, wood, sticks, anything, you're going to get a result. Now, you see a hunger bar in the top right corner. How do you help that hunger bar from not going down? Well, there are multiple ways, such as this decaying tree, which has so far not dropped any apples, but we've got saplings. Saplings are another way to gain wood/trees faster. So what I'll do now is, I don't know where that tree grew, but I'll just plant one of those saplings there so the tree can grow back. We can gain more later on. So what we're planning on doing is going find some animals, preferably cows, pigs, chickens. There's one right here. It drops meat and, chicken and feathers. Chicken is really not the best option that you've got in this game, because if you eat it, there's a chance that a status effect called hunger will be inflicted on your character. Hunger is I wouldn't say a bad effect, but it really hinders your ability to heal from the hunger, and it affects your ability to have a sustainable hunger bar. And you notice these green orbs that come from the mobs that I kill. These are called mobs instead of animals and like monsters and stuff. These are called mobs, which just means like movable creatures, mobile creatures. You notice those green orbs add to the counter on the counter above the hotbar. That is our XP. XP can be used for multiple ways in this game, but we see this piece of coal right here. We are going to mine it. It doesn't matter if you have a wooden pickaxe or a stone pickaxe, you can mine it. Now you see another thing here, copper. We can't mine that right now because we need an iron pickaxe to mine it, but we will probably be mining it later on for improved features. Now with the meat we got from killing the cows and the pigs, we'll put that in there with our piece of coal, which will cook the meat into a cooked form of itself. Now a piece of coal, which is the most efficient early game source of fuel, can cook up to 8 items at a time, so I could cook the rest of my meat I have here, and I'll be back once I'm done cooking the meat. So, a lot of my meat has been cooked, and you can see that there are cooked pork chop and cooked beef in my inventory. Now with the iron pickaxe, the cobblestone that we have mined out of the stone, we can make a stone pickaxe and a stone axe, which are faster variants, actually more durable variants than the wooden pickaxe and the wooden axe. We will be mining trees and gaining stone so we can make our first survival house. Now, it depends how you want to make it survival, like your survival base. It doesn't have to be big yet. Well, it doesn't have to be big anyway, but you can make it as big as you want. But it's almost sunset, which is pretty terrible because we don't have wool. Wool is one of the best things to make a bed with. And I'll grab a flower here. I'll show up another mechanic that's probably useful later on. But we need to gather wool. And I don't know if we're going to be able to do that currently. So I'll convert all my logs, to planks. We will be building a minor base here. We will create doors if I have enough wood to do it. Okay, we have the ability to create 3. So, you notice it's getting dark. So we need to hurry up and make our base here, which won't be a huge problem. I'll just use 1 door for now, but you can use as many as you want. Doesn't matter. It's just recommended that you follow along with me. So currently you see that we're hiding in a hidey hole, and I covered the roof with cobblestone and I made a slab so I could put it right there so I could use it as a temporary window. Now there are multiple things you can do during the night. One of them is that you can sleep, but since I didn't gather any wool from sheep, I couldn't really make a bed so I could sleep the night over. Another thing you can do is try to fight any mobs that are outside. Now, since that you're probably on normal mode or easy mode, this is much of an easier task for you than it will be for me. Because I'm on hard mode. Mobs will probably have more attack damage inflicted on you, so you probably don't need to get too close to any mobs tonight. But for me, I want to gather important materials for tomorrow, and if not, I could just stay in the house. Now, this is a spider, and spiders are pretty neutral. Oh, I'm getting attacked by a skeleton. Now, as you see there, skeletons are ranged mobs, which can attack you from ranged areas. And they have a bow that won't break because they have a durability feature on them. And there's a creeper that spawned right behind them, so I'm going to run off, gather the spider eye, but we won't need it until later. And we will try fighting the skeleton, basically like avoiding its attacks. And what I wanted to do here was try to gather bones so I can get bone meal, But I'm not sure if that's feasible right now. Maybe when it dies during the sunlight. And I got hit with an arrow. I'm gonna go so I don't get killed by the skeleton. Despite doing that, maybe you can also mine during the night. Now, since we don't have a suitable amount of space in our hidey hole right now, it's probably best not to mine, especially since sand is a gravity block. I'll show that off here. And since sand is a gravity block, we won't be mining here because it's going to get pretty annoying. We'll probably be mining somewhere else. Now, one thing that you will notice is that the moon is starting to rise. This is basically the night's counterpart of the sun, in which case it will rise from the east and set in the west. And there's a zombie right now, probably staring me down. I want to be careful, though, just in case there's no other mobs. We could probably take on the zombie. They can drop rotten flesh. They could drop other things as well that may be useful later on. But rotten flesh can be eaten as a food, but it's highly advised against it, just because it can inflict the hunger status, which can also happen with the chicken. Oh, I just got hit there with the... I got hit twice. I should probably be more careful, which means I should probably run back into my hidey hole. Now it's currently midnight, so I'm just gonna wait until the sun rises soon. Oh god, there's a creeper. Creepers are the most dangerous mob in this game currently, since they can explode and inflict a lot of damage on you. I'm going to eat so I can restore somewhat significant amount of my health. You don't want to get too close to these creepers, as they can explode and cause major damage. See, I did that. I tried opening the door. It wouldn't... I mean, it came to my door trying to, attack me. The creeper is one of the most, like I said, most dangerous mob in this game. I'm just going to let it wander off so I don't have to have a fight with it, and then my house blows up. So I'm going to wait until sunrise. Now we can see, as I stare out of my window, that the moon is setting, and it looks like it's slowly getting brighter. So I'm going to start heading outside, and the sun will start rising in a little while. Now, when the sun starts rising, multiple things happen. Neutral mobs and passive mobs, such as sheep, cows, and pigs, start to spawn again. But mobs, especially hostile mobs that are like undead, start to burn up in the sunlight, which I don't know why they're all gone. You might also notice that the terrain is a little different. I don't know why, but a creeper decided to explode outside of my window. So what I'm going to do is, since the zombies particularly aren't exposed to the sunlight, especially this one who is wearing a leather helmet, I'm going to kill it and try to see if I can get its armor, which I didn't, but I got more rotten flesh, which can be useful later on in the game. Okay, so sunrise is upon us, and there are multiple things we need to do. One is gather more food, so that's what I'm going to do right now. Cows are mostly a viable source for food. We're also going to gather more wood so we can use it later on in our survival series. We're going to gather a little bit more wood, but we're also going to explore a little bit. Just try and see if we can find some caves for our supply gathering. And oh, there's a creeper right there. I'm going to avoid that, but it's probably going to start chasing me, which is not preferable what I want to do right now. You might notice my video lagging a little bit. That's fine, because my render distance is a little high for my phone's power now, because my phone's gradually getting weaker over the years, so I want to keep my render distance a little lower than it should be. Now you notice some coal right here, which we're going to mine up in our limited time of day here. We're also going to try and gather some sheep so we can kill them. And later on in the series, I'll teach y'all how to farm crops and farm animals, which is really easy. But I feel like most players now wouldn't understand. It's majorly different from the way crops were raised back in like versions like 1.1, 1.2, like beta versions. if you're just coming back after, seeing or like playing Minecraft after a long time, you might want to get brushed up and renew yourself on the topic of games such as this. So I'm gonna mine some coal. I'm gonna mine the rest of this coal, and I'm gonna go on to find sheep. Now that I managed to mine the rest of this coal, I'm going to try and get some sheep, so we can try making a bed tonight. So we found our first sheep. There are definitely more ways to get sheep, but for now we're just gonna have to kill them for more wool, which we got 2 right now. So I'm gonna find another sheep, and then we can continue on our production of the bed. Let me check. Yeah, we got 2 wool. So I'm gonna go find another sheep, kill it, and then make a bed. So we found another sheep right next to this ravine. I'm going to kill it, or at least try to. Try to get its wool, and we'll return back home to make a bed. If we return home, we can make a couple things now. We can make sticks, and we can make torches, which are most important light source in the game so far. We're just gonna place one right here. We can also place some around our base, so no hostile mobs spawn really close to our base. Another thing we can try to make is a bed, which can take up 3 wood and 3 wool that we can place. We can place it right here for now, and it sets your respawn point, which if you die you can spawn right back here. But we're gonna do something special to it. We can make a pink bed. Pink is also my favorite color, so I'm glad we found those peony flowers outside. The reason I have this dye is because I converted that flower I got previously to this dye, the pink dye. I want to make a pink bed, so I'm going to make it. I'm going to place it down or reset my respawn point. And with the limited time we have left, I'm going to try and find a cave that we can mine through. Since we have torches, and we have a comfortable amount of food for now. But, it depends. So I accidentally fell in a cave here, but this is great because we can mine more materials. And in another future video, I will have a full guide of mining more precious materials such as iron, diamonds, lapis, redstone, and many other precious ores that are in this game. But for now, I'm just gonna mine a whole bunch of cobblestone. Hopefully we can find some iron as well. Oh, we found some lapis lazuli. Can we mine that with stone? We can. Lapis lazuli can be used in multiple different ways. I'm surprised we actually found it here. I did not know we could find lapis lazuli so high up. I'm used to finding it like underground. It's so awesome how I just randomly find ores like that. I didn't know that actually could happen at all, which is surprising. I think they changed I'm not sure if they changed specifically how they spawn. Lapis lazuli. I'm just gonna see if there's any more, just to get out of the way here. We can also place torches to light up darker areas, which can be a really important Oh, there's more. I'm gonna mine this up, and it gives you so much per drop that it probably fills up your inventory pretty quickly. So I mined 4 pieces of lapis, and I got 27, which is about 4 lapis lazuli per every block mined. It could be up to 5 or 6 from a single block. But what I'm going to do now is go home and put this lapis lazuli in a chest in case we die. I don't want to lose it, which we probably won't die, but I'm just going to make sure I put it in a chest to keep it safe. I want every valuable thing to be put in a chest. That is one of the most important rules, unless you're taking it with you somewhere. Oh, there's a turtle down there. Nice. Sunset is about to encroach on us again, so we might as well wrap up our operations by killing more cows for meat, so we can cook it in the furnace with some coal. Since we have torches placed around our house, which I'll place a couple more just in case, so no more hostile mobs spawn around here. I'm going to put this in a furnace and call it an end to today's video. If you like this tutorial video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you can, if you want to, and also, if you want to support me financially, I have a Patreon down in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and as we watch the sunset, goodbye.